Hello artists, today we will embellish our alebrijes with Sharpies and fabric crayons. We can draw patterns and texture to the felt, and then we will add puffy paint for the final details. And here is an example of what you can do with the puffy paint. You can create nice clean lines. If you use a paintbrush, you can even fill in larger areas. And you can blend multiple colors if you use your finger or a paintbrush. The puffy paint is just meant for those final details at the very end. It is more clear and it's also more vibrant than your Sharpies or your fabric crayons. So you can just add them right on top for those finishing touches. Next, you will receive a paper bag to store your felt and template cutouts. You must write your name and class code on the paper bag. All the paper bags in your class will be stored flat, so try your best to flatten out your bag so that it will store nicely. Now it's time for us to take out our felt pieces and sew the front of our alebrijes. Before you can start sewing, you need your needle and string. I have a limited amount of string colors, so do your best to choose a string that is close to the color of your felt. I am sewing my white wings, so I will use a white piece of string. Once you have your string cut, you are ready for your needle. I will hand you your needle whenever you're ready, and you are responsible for giving it back to me before the end of class. Once you have your needle and string, you're ready to thread the needle. When you thread the needle, you use a birdie to help guide the string through the eye of the needle. A birdie is just a small piece of folded paper, and the birdies are stored in a small blue container at each table. To open the container, all you have to do is squeeze it, and then you will hear a pop. Whenever you're finished with the birdie, please return it to your table's container right away. All of the 5th grade classes are using these birdies, so please be gentle with them and then return it to your blue container. To thread the needle, open your birdie and place your string inside. Make sure the string is touching the fold. Then close the birdie and place it through the eye of the needle. Gently pull the birdie until the string is all the way through. Place the birdie back into the blue container. And then next, tie a double knot at the end of your string. That's one knot. And that's the second knot. You can create a single knot around the needle, but I did not. Instead, I left a little bit of extra string at the end, and while I sew, I make sure I'm holding that extra bit of string with the needle. And this ensures that the string does not slip out of the needle while I'm sewing. And now I'm ready to sew. When sewing different felt pieces to the front, we will create a running stitch. The running stitch will go up, and then it'll go down. It'll go back up, and then it'll go down. The running stitch should go around each piece of felt. With my first stitch, I go up with my needle, and then I pull the string all the way. Then I go down, and I pull my string. And now I'm finished with my first stitch. Now I will fast forward and finish sewing my first wing. and the last stitch must go down. To end the running stitch, take your needle, go underneath a previous stitch, go through the loop, and then pull. Do the process again to create a double knot. So go underneath the stitch, through the loop, and then pull. My tail just got stuck, so I need to fix it. And now I'm ready to finish pulling. And my double knot is complete. Now I can cut off the extra string. And I am ready to sew my next piece. Feel free to take your scissors and clean up the edges. Just make sure that you don't get too close to where your running stitch is. And now I will fast forward and finish sewing my last wing. Once you have finished sewing, make sure that you return the needle to me. Make sure all your birdies are in their container. And then you are ready to embellish the surface by adding in textures, patterns, and decorations. When we are embellishing the surface, start with your crayons and your Sharpies, and then you will be able to use puffy paint for those final details. Once you finish with the front of your Alebrije, you are ready to decorate and add those embellishments to the back of your Alebrije. Now I am ready for puffy paint. A little goes a long way, so squeeze lightly. For the eyes and the toenails, I am only adding dots. For the tail and other areas, I am using my finger to blend the paint. And now I am finished. Put the cap back on the puffy paint, store it nicely within your table's box, and next time we will sew the front and back together and add cotton inside.